but they can have it now. So all those factors we're trying to take into account, but the purpose is to, by the end of the year, have enough films for everybody.
Kareena, bringing the conversation back to you, I hate to prefix the term superstar with female, but you definitely have the star power, right? I mean, the energy of this hall changed when you walked in. Um, you, if anybody looks at your filmography, it's an enviable mix, like I said, of just the right balance. The commercial hits are there, the critically acclaimed ones, a few duds here and there, but every time your performance has stood out. And what's also amazing is while you've done the, like the Buckingham Murder, Chameli, Omkara, but you also have been part of films that clearly center around the male character, the hero, and you've held your own. Uh, I just want to understand what you thought while saying yes to those projects, because if you wanted, you could have said, why should I take a step back? I mean, the story should revolve around me, and I want a headline project.
I think in 25 years, one has to think of when we were, signing films when we were younger, when we were like 17, 18. It was always about proving yourself, wanting to, just be in every film. And then after a decade, if you sustain, it's also about the question of reinvention, which is very scary in an industry like, like male dominated and whatever. But we've over had a lot of brave actresses as well, apart from me, who've also taken big strides. So while straddling the fact that I've done films with the big superstars and all those are successful films, but I've also had a career which I've simultaneously done to prove myself as an actor. Because I think the longevity of an actor is only possible if they also repeatedly prove their talent. Apart from the X factor that I feel an actor needs to have.
Yeah.
That I believe, I don't know how it is, but I like to say you either have it or you don't. And that's just the truth of the way it is. X factor combined with talent is going to take you. And of course, 30% of luck.
Yeah.
Luck is also important. But I feel more than that, it's just, it's straddling the fact. And for me, it's always been every 5 years, I've always looked back and said, now what am I supposed to do? To try and do something new. Because it's not about just being there and being part of the successful films. It's about having and leaving a legacy.
Yeah.
And that's what's been, because I do come from a family where I've been challenged and always felt like they're so amazing, but I need to leave my mark somewhere. तो ये longevity नहीं होती अगर वो सोच नहीं होता that कि ये करना है, कैसे करना है, how else am I going to last? Otherwise then there would every 10 years there's somebody new. But so sustaining it is the main thing. And for me, that is why I have to have choices of Buckingham Murder at the same time of Singham, at the same time of Crew, or a film like Johnny John on the streaming platform, which I feel that if it would have come to theatres would have been fab. Which I don't know, I hope it comes. I don't know what the deal is if we can, since it was a streaming film. Because I feel it did so well for the streaming platform, it could have done well in the cinema.
You need to have the streaming guys also sitting. They control the rights.
Exactly. So I think it's just, you have to try and do different things.
Yeah. Guys, I'm having, like she said, 30% luck. Today I have the 100% luck because I'm, of course, moderating this conversation, but I'd like to open it up to all of you. Do we have questions from my friends in the media? You could raise your hands and we'll ensure you get a mic. Anyone? Can we get a mic here?
Kesav.
अच्छा वो
Hi, Kareena.
बाटली हटा दिया इतना बड़ा बागी में भर के
Here. You're right in front. Okay, you are the first female actor who has been honored with a festival. We had people like Amitabh Bachchan who had been honored. How does it feel
happy that people will get to watch. Happy that people will get to watch these movies, and obviously I feel so excited, honored, everything that. Sometimes it's like I don't know. I have to still figure out what's going to happen for the next 5. That's the scary part.
Sana here from India Today. Firstly, I want to tell you there was a time when Yahoo Messenger was and my password was Kareena Kapoor 1309. That's my birthday. That's the kind of love that people have for you. You rightly spoke about legacy, just standing out in a Kapoor family and doing so well. Of course, your kids are very young right now, but does Kapoor has an idea that his mother has a film festival named after her? And what do you think would they think about having their mom as a film festival named after their mom?
Right now they're I mean they're I think too young to know anything. I mean he has an idea because of the paparazzi chasing us. So he knows that why are they chasing us? I think that's why he only knows that he's famous, but he keeps saying that, oh, why are they doing that? Am I famous? I'm like, no, you're not famous. I'm famous. You're nobody. You haven't done anything. So I'm like, you're not. So he's like, maybe one day I'll do it because right now in his mind it's not films. Right now it's only football. Everything is football. So I hope he will watch some of my films. I'm sure someday. But the minute I can take him away from, a little bit of football, you know how all the boys are at this age. It's I never looked at myself as just, a brand. I want people to watch my work, my films, and I want people to know that I was, and that I am an actor who's very, very, passionate about her job. An actor who's been very, very loved by her fans because I am where I am after 25 years. To be here is only because of them, because their loyal support and their love. And I'm actually, I think my connect is with that. People like to see me in those roles because there is a connect to the masses. Somehow they feel that that's why roles like, Pooh or Geet have always been, them mouthing those dialogues or saying that. So there is that, connect which I really appreciate. And I don't know how, but yeah, when I'm planning the next 25 home, so, when we're at like wanting to put them to bed, then we're also reading and not watching TV till they go to sleep. Because I guess they learn from example, there's no other way. If they're going to see us on the phone or on the screen, they'll want to do that.
Right. We have time only
Hi,
for one
hi,
last
hi.
question.
Supree, hello. So you've been conducting very well. Kareena, this is Renuka from the Times of India. I absolutely loved you in the Buckingham Murders. Let me start this question with you by asking that you've been an effortless trendsetter for the past 25 years. Like if Kareena is going with a stars makeup, we want no makeup on ourselves. If you're coloring your hair, everybody wants to color their hair. If you're size 0, everybody wants to be size 0. Do you think over the years that aspect of your personality where you have been this effortless trendsetter has taken away from the fact that you have been such a fantastic actor? Because those two aspects kind of go against each other. One doesn't tend to take an actor too seriously if they are this really glamorous trend. But if you look at your filmography, I think the Jabwe Mein to Dev to it has been such flawless, Urta Punjab. So do you think it has been away from that aspect of you as an actor?
It's actually a very good question. It's one of the best questions someone has asked me because it really makes sense. Your question makes sense to this. So yeah, I guess it is. It's this thing that whether, the more glamorous you are, maybe you're not taken seriously as an actor. People, I guess that's just the way maybe people think. But now that when they see my choice of films and what I've done, I think that, proves wrong. That you can't really judge a book by its cover. And you can't really make judgments before you see. But of course, the image of being this, I don't know, like you said, I've never looked at myself as that. Because I always stay away from, people saying these sort of things to me because I've always preferred to be, with my ear to the ground. Because it's so important for an actor to constantly have that, to know the reality of situations, the reality of, what's happening around them. So I've been very, very lucky that I'm that kind of person and I've focused on my performances. And it has taken those number of films for people to take me seriously. That now that when Buckingham Murders come, they're like, okay, fine, because I've constantly been at it, proving myself. But that's also probably been the reason. Hopefully, I don't want, anyone to say that, okay, wow, you've done it all, now what? Because I think I want to constantly keep proving myself still. I think there's a long way to go still.
Thank you. And Nihal, that's so much question.
चलो thank you.
When you have a career of 25 years and such good career, I'm sorry for this. How do you select six? I mean, that's a tough job. So what went behind the selection process?
Money.
I mean, it was a very selection process. Like I said, there were so many amazing films to choose from. It was also like a very long process to understand what we should pick. But like I said before, I think finding the right balance, because the work that is included, which is a film like Jab We Met, K3G, they're such iconic roles. So we felt we had to do justice to those two films, because no Kareena Kapoor Khan Film Festival is complete without those two. We definitely wanted to include Okara because it is what it is. That film is outstanding. It has such a huge fan following, and Chameli and Hero. And we wanted to give like those films that didn't get their due, because they are such amazing films. And they're such, like you as well said, like they're such risky and they're such brave roles that you don't see a lot of people taking. So we were keen to put six films together that are very reflective of the entire career of such bold choices. So that was, what it was.
Well, guys, we're almost at the end of this. I'm so
Thank
sorry. I know a lot of you have questions.
No questions.
One picture.
ये questions only for the
Yeah, Niharika, my question is to you.
Over there.
Hi.
So PVR has announced ANR Festival and now Kareena Kapoor Festival. So what new releases can we expect?
Oh, I mean, we're still working on the list, and it's something that we're curating every week. So, and we're very, excited that the film fraternity, all over India is also very excited about this initiative. So we have a very exciting slate lined up. In addition to this, we have a few films that are coming out in October. We're looking at Tal as one of them. We're looking at Umrao Jan. I don't know if I can officially say this yet, but one festival which we're very excited to curate soon is a Raj Kapoor Film Festival, 100 years. And we're really looking forward to that. So yeah, it's an ongoing process. Like when new releases come out, we'll start slating these properly. But these are a few properties that we're very excited about.
Kareena here.
So I'm so sorry.
Just the last one. You're there in the industry since so long.
Listen, I've been asked to be very strict.
जिस तरह का काम आपने किया है, we all love it. चाहे वो पू की बात हो, चाहे वो गीत की बात हो, और अन्य किरदार, ओमकारा वाकई में काबिले तारीफ। जब आप क्रू जैसी कमर्शियल फिल्म करने के बाद द बकिंगम मर्डर जैसी फिल्म करते हैं, जो बिल्कुल अलग सिनेमा, एकदम अलग किरदार का, वो मतलब क्रू आपने अभी की, वो कमर्शियली इतनी कामयाब फिल्म है, ये इंग्लिश फिल्म है, ये आपने की, ये जुर्रत कहां से आती है? और जब क्रिटिकली कोई फिल्म कामयाब हो जाती है, जैसे बकिंगम मर्डर को बहुत तारीफ करी गई, लेकिन कमर्शियली उतनी कामयाब नहीं हुई, तो हाउ डू यू हैंडल दिस?
I think after इतने सालों बाद, इतने सारे कैरेक्टर्स करने के बाद, अगर एक्टर्स ब्रेक चॉइसेस नहीं ले पाते हैं और अलग फिल्म्स नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो आई थिंक दे कांट जस्ट बी नोन एज कि अगर मैं जिंदगी भर सिंगम और क्रू में काम करूं, तो आई थिंक वो यू ऑल्सो वॉन्ट टू डू थिंग्स डिफरेंटली. वो टू लास्ट 25 years एक ही टाइप की फिल्में हम नहीं काम कर सकते हैं. अलग अलग फिल्म काम करने में वो एक लॉन्जेटिविटी, एक रास्ता देता है, एक ऑक्सीजन टैंक जैसे बनता है. And I think for a film like, I mean, मैंने चमेली, I did it in my career at the age of 22. I think nobody thought. तब सब कह रहे थे कि नहीं करीना नहीं कर पाएगी ऐसी तरह की फिल्म. And for that time, it did so well. So I think that at this stage in my career, it's also important कि अलग-अलग किरदार करना ज़रूरी है. कि करीना ये भी कर सकती है, वो भी कर सकती है. At the same time, गीत जैसे रोल्स ही नहीं कर सकती हूँ मैं. I can't only keep doing गीत all my life. जैसे मैंने कहा कि आधी जिंदगी ऐसी चली गई. पहले 10 साल के लोग समझते थे ये गीत ही है. अब ये पूल टाइप के ही रोल्स. तभी तो then people were just offering me those kind of roles. तो अगर if I had picked every role like that, I think आज ये फेस्टिवल नहीं होता. क्योंकि वो रोल would not have been part of pop culture. अगले 25 साल करने की ताकत है कि अलग अलग रोल्स. कुछ फिल्में 100 करोड़ हो, 500 करोड़ हो, बट कुछ फिल्में अगर कुछ लोग भी देखे और तारीफ करें, आई थिंक वो उससे दिल खुश भी हो जाता है कि ऑडियंस इज देयर टू वॉच दिस काइंड ऑफ फिल्म.
Beautiful. I think on that note, I will have to cut short the Q&A. I'm so sorry, sir.
No, no, it's okay.
Photos.
Kareena, you. Okay.
अरे नो नो यार सो रहे थे क्या?
I'm so sorry, sir. आपकी
झोपला होता का तो एसी में?
Kareena, you know, I think the one thing that